Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 7 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we are going to explore attributes for text elements. First, let's import PySimpleGUI SG, and then we can make a text. It can be something from Hamlet, like to be or not to be. Then after this, we can write the layout, and inside we can write the text as the text, since this is the variable, so it'll say all of this. And then after this, we can write the window plus s3.window Python learning, and then comma layout while true loop event values equals window.read, and then if events equals none, then we break, and then window.close at the very end. Okay, so if we run this, there will be a window displaying these words. Okay, yep, just like this. And then for the attributes, simply put a comma after whatever the text is, and then you can write it here. So this one I want to introduce is key. So for the key is like the ID for this element. Every single key has to be unique or else it won't work. And then next we have the size. Size is done by using a tuple. Inside there's the height and width. So let's say 40 and 20. And if we run this, it would be like this. This is 40 characters wide and 20 height. And if we change this into like 40-40, then you can see it gets changed a lot. Let's keep this at 20 for now and go on to the next one. The next one is font. So font, as we know, the first one is the type of font. Let's do Calibri bold for this. And then we can do comma, and then the font size, we can write 15 for 15 sized font. Run it. So as you can tell, this is now bold, and it's a bit bigger than what it used to be. Okay, after font, we have the auto size text. Okay, I'm gonna make the size the default by putting both the height and width as none. And then for this, auto size text wants a boolean, either true or false. If we write true, then the text would be automatic to the window. If it's not true and it's false, then not all of the text would be displayed. Like over here, only the first line would show. That's not good. So let's keep it as true. Yes. And then let's change the height back. 40-20. And then after auto size text, we have the enable events. This one is really cool. If you press true, true, oh yeah, this is also boolean, either true or false. If you write true, you can interact with the elements. For example, during the while true loop, we can add another if statement, like if event equals the key. This is where key comes in. We know if this was interacted. If the event is this, then we can get a pop-up to happen that says you clicked. So if we try this out, we click the text, then there will be a pop-up saying you clicked. However, this won't work if enabled events is false. Let's change it to false and rerun it. No matter how hard you click, the pop-up won't happen. Alright, after the enabled events, we have relief. You can see relief as like a border. There are 6 types. there's raised. I'll show you each one in order. First one is raised. You can see the border looks like the text is raised, and then sunken, like the name suggests. It's sunken into the window like this. And then there's flat, just a normal, you can't really see the border because, yeah. And then ridge. Over here, ridge and raised might look really similar, but that's because the border width is really small. You can't really see the difference yet. Then there's solid. Solid is just a solid, thick line. And lastly, there's groove. Groove looks like sunken as well because again the border width is too small. So next, let's look at the border width. Okay, so if we say the border width is 10, then we run it again. Now you can see this is really thick, the border, and you can tell differences between the borders. For example, if we do ridge here instead of groove, you can see the difference between ridge and raised. This one looks like it's mountain peaks, while the other one, raised, looks just like the whole thing is like a plateau. Okay, so after the border width, there is the text color. So text color, you can either write a color like red using words, or you can write the hex code. But for this, let's just write the word. So now the text color is red. And additionally, after text color, you can also change the background color. Let's change it to white. So now there's a white background and red words. After background color, we can have pad. Okay, pad is really complicated, so I'll show this with another example at the end. After pad, there's right-click menu. This one is also quite complicated. It's when you right-click the text element, there's a menu that pops up. For this, you need to write a list and then state the number of menus you want to pop up. And then after this, after the amount, you write what you want to have pop up. For this, let's just write 1, 2, 3. Oh, whoops. For this, let's just write 1, 2, 3. And now, if we run it and right-click it, there will be 1, 2, 3. However, if you click, nothing happens because we didn't code anything for it. After the right-click menu, there's grab. Grab is also Boolean. Sorry, I forgot the comma here. Grab, if it's true, then you can grab onto the element and drag the whole window around. If it's false, then you won't be able to drag it at all. You just have the pop-up that happens when you click it. Okay, after the grab, there's tooltip. Just like the name suggests, if you keep your cursor on it for a while, there's text that pops up. If we say, this is a tooltip, and then we run it, we put our cursor on it, and this will pop up. This is a tooltip. This is a tooltip. Okay, after the tooltip, there's one last one called visible. Visible is also Boolean. You can either write as true. This way, we can actually see everything. If it's false, however, nothing will be shown for that element. It'll be blank. If you don't write anything, it's defaulted to true. Yes, this. Okay, lastly, let's talk about the pad. Just get rid of all of this, and then under this, we can write sg.text. Let's write test. And let's copy and paste to make this more efficient. sorry. Over here, you need square brackets to signify a new line. And yeah, let's run this to make sure it works. So this is a 3x3 grid of just saying texts. Now, if we want to show a pad, let's use the middle one for an example. We can write pad equals. And for pad, the syntax is kind of weird. You put a tuple, and then inside the tuple, you put two other tuples. And the first tuple is left and right width. So you can write 2, 14 for left and then left and then right. The second tuple is up and down. So we can write up is 50 to show the results, and down is 21. Okay, so if we run, oh wait, yeah, there's an extra tuple there. If we run this, oh, so if we look at this, how do we drag this? Okay, let's put grab equals true here, just like we learned, and now we can grab this more efficiently. Okay, so over here, this is 2, and 14 would be the right. Up would be 50, that's why there's this really big gap, and down is 21. Okay, yep, so that concludes lesson 7 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, learning at work for tuition is easier than addition.